Anybody else still buzzing from Thursday? I am. But we've got Wolves on Sunday. And prior to that game against Lyon, I wasn't looking forward to this Wolves game. But for the fact that Ruben Amorim has said, yeah, we're going to play the kids. We don't know how many, but I think we're going to see debuts in this game. Will we see full debuts? I'm going to run through my starting 11. Probably the academy players you should be looking out for. And let me know your prediction in the comments. Let's get into this one. But first, can we just give United a round of applause? Because that is a 10 out of 10 idea. Recreating that famous Cobby photo for his birthday. Happy birthday to Cobby. I think he'll be starting on Sunday. Now, let's hear from the manager himself in terms of his plans for the team.
I think it's not the best moment or the best season to put some kids to play, because again they need a strong base to really show what they can do. But in this moment, we need to do it. It's sometimes.
In this moment, we need to do it. He's going to play some kids. I'm looking forward to it. One I think will definitely start is Chido. But there are others. Now, something that happened yesterday was United under-18s played Derby. And they won 4-3, by the way. They were 2-0 down and won 4-3 in the 91st minute. Drama. Poetry. Now, this was the team that played. The reason I'm pulling this up is because I think it might impact what academy players are involved against Wolves. Mantato played the full 90. James Scanlon played the full 90. Bianchetti played 60 minutes before he came off. I would love to see Mantato get his debut. I think Scanlon's a possibility. But anyway, I thought I'd tell you that before we ran through the team. Now, this was the team that faced Lyon. And I've added all the probably potential academy players that I think could be involved. It's not guaranteed that they all will be, all right? But if there's going to be any involved, I think it's going to be from these. Let's run through. I think there's going to be definite changes, definite players who are rested, and I think Delo is going to be one of them. I think he's played more minutes this season than any player, and that includes Onana. And he played the full 120 against Lyon. I think Delo's rested, and I think Maguire's rested from the defence options, which of course leaves two gaps here. Now, I actually think Lindelof will just come in because Amorim spoke after the game and he said that Lindelof and Mazraoui were both sort of left out for the second half onwards. Mazraoui was taken off and Lindelof wasn't used because of personal reasons. We don't know what that was. But I think Lindelof's going to be available. I just think that's a simple swap. And the reason I'm keeping Yoro and Mazraoui in, I don't know if Yoro's going to be fit enough, and maybe he's not going to be fit, but then you play Luke Shaw, but then Luke Shaw pretty much played a full match because he came on at half-time and then went the whole way through. I think Harry Amass starts this game. That feels like an easy one. That feels like an obvious one. I think Dorgu was really impressive at the start for United, but he's struggled since, probably last few games. It kind of doesn't really know whether... He seems confused between whether he's going forward or staying back. I don't quite know how to describe it. But I think Amass is going to play. I actually think he's been pretty impressive since he's come into the first team. I'm liking what I'm seeing. This should be his full debut. And I might get this one wrong, but I'm predicting that we're going to see Kamason get his first appearance and full debut. And that's the big reason why I'm keeping all three, because you could put Kokonki there as well. But I think if you're going to give players full debuts like Amass, you're going to have to surround, I wouldn't say too much experience, it comes with Euro, but I don't think you would play Kokonki behind him and leave that whole left-hand side as a full debut. And Kamason on the right-hand side. We need to try these right wing-back options. I've already done the video on it. Now, if Mantato hadn't played the full 90 for the under-18s, I would probably still go for Kamason ahead of him to start this game. I really hope we see it. We need to know whether these lads are potentially options in that position. They might not be. They might not be ready. This is how you find out. And it feels, if we're going to play the kids, Kamason needs to be one of them. Now, in midfield, I don't think there's any chance that Casemiro plays this game. Played the full 120, was incredible, won the penalty, 2 assists. Casemiro's on the bench. Now, I think there'll be a lot of United fans that would love to see Sekou Kone come in, for example, and make his debut. I think that would be too many. I think what you're more likely to see is Bruno. People would love to see Bruno getting a rest. But truth be told, he's a physical freak. And I don't know what he eats. I don't know how he lives, but his body seems to be able to cope with the demands far more than anybody else. And I think Amorim will want him playing deeper, maybe to help Amass and help Kamason and help any of the younger players around him making debuts down there. I actually think we'll see this for the starting 11 up front, right? Garnacho on the bench. I think you'll see Mason Mount start this game. I think you'll see Kobe start this game. I think you'll see Højlund on the bench. And I think you'll see Chido make his full debut. That's my predicted 11. I hope I'm right, because that's dead exciting. I hope we see Kone maybe coming off the bench in the second half to make his debut. I think that's more realistic than him starting. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Chido's first full start in the United shirt. So if that was to happen, that would be 1, 2, 3 full debuts. I think there would be a chance of us seeing Kone off the bench, Kokonki off the bench, Morehouse off the bench. I think a couple of full debuts and a couple of other debuts from the bench. That would be my prediction for the game. And Amorim's so right to do this, all right, using the kids. And it's not just... he's also correcting that balance that you have to get between bringing the kids in, giving them opportunities, and the environment being correct. Well, the environment hasn't been correct at United for a long time. But going into the game and speaking in his press conference, Amorim said, look, Aiden Heaven, when he came in, was somebody who, well, I didn't really see him as a first-team player. But then he played 3 games and he goes, well, no, he's in straight away. He's my player now. Because he was given an opportunity and he took it. Could Kamason do the same thing at right wing-back? Amass, I think, has done that at left wing-back. Could Chido do that? I think he will, up front. That's my predicted team. I'll tell you what, just playing the kids is going to make me excited to watch these last 6 games this season. Otherwise, I do not care about the Premier League. Prediction-wise, I'm going to go for a 2-2. And I don't think the results matter. I don't think any United fan... Look, if we go there and get steamrolled 6-0 by Wolves, of course every United fan will care. But I don't think we will. Might we not have enough to win it? Yeah, probably. That's been the case this season. That's why we're 15th, 14th. Don't know where we are in the league. Don't care. Play the kids, Ruben. Give them the opportunities. Use this as your... call it training ground. Experiment's the wrong way to describe it. But it's almost a unique opportunity that has arisen from United's crapness in the league that is going to allow Ruben to give these players the testing ground of Premier League football before the end of the season as academy players. And that doesn't come along for United. Because right now, end of the season, April, we should be competing for the top 4, for the Premier League title. Not really a position where you're going to give academy players their debuts. But we're crap. So it is. And I hope it turns out well. I'm going to go for a 2-2. As I said, 3 full debuts for me. Kamason, Chido, and Amass. I think a couple more from the bench. Let's see how spectacularly wrong I am. Let me know what you think in the comments.